we've got a new investigation. We had to stop for in this bin. What I've got here is wool down in this bin, and it's really starting to break up. Really nice hair in this top portion. You can see how these top pieces, they're just falling apart basically. What I'm wanting to do is to collect whatever that is that's breaking that down really well there on top. See that portion? Not so much. But I've seen right here, there's a huge colony of it. Whatever it is, look at how that, I wish you guys could see better. Wonder if I can figure out where the camera is on this thing and try and see if I can get you down here. Is it focusing? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. See how that's all kind of fluffing right off the top. I can't tell if it's a fungus that's breaking this down, this wool, or bacteria. I think from what I've looked under the scope before, I believe it's bacteria, but can't be for sure. So that top layer there, I'm going to take some of that. I'm going to put it in water. I'm going to run it under the scope and see what I can find. See if it's more bacteria or fungal. I'll tell you what, these cameras can be a deal, can't they? All right, I'll put you back up on the stand. Oh, what a mess. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I've got my test tube here. So I'm going to just try to pull that off of there. And this thing is all crooked. I'm sorry. But I want you guys to get a good view of this. So, I don't have any rainwater here. So I've pulled that off. And I'm just going to stick that huge clump. That's enough. That's plenty of whatever that is that's doing the decomposing or catabolism. So it's catabolizing that. See how that wool just, it's almost like it's turned into a powder of sorts. There's some, might be mold, a fungus. I can see like a dust. So that tells me spore formation. Okay. So there's a dust that kind of blew off of it so I'm thinking spores. Let's look under the scope to see what we find. Hang on just a minute and we'll be back. Bye, you guys. Super excited for what I have today. Okay, so I'm linking this in behind where I've already told you what I have for today. And can you see what I see? This is at the 4x objective, which would be 40 total magnification. Let's zoom to the 100 total magnification. What are they? I'm like want to say fungal spores, but then I'm no expert. That's what I would have originally been calling these. But then I'm like, I don't see enough fungal strands to like justify where all those are coming from. So let's go ahead one more and hit the 400 total magnification. And these are what I see. These are fungal hyphae. But I don't see like the fruiting bodies or where these little things are coming from. And so now let me try to point these out. There is a beneficial, septa here. I see a septa here, a septa here. So this is more of a clear fungi. It does have a fairly wide diameter, uniform width. So this is the main one that I've found that I can really analyze to say, okay, we do have some fungal in the vicinity of these things. But for all I know, it could be like a diatom of some sort, or but each one of these, I believe, is going to be maybe hatching or germinating. So much yet for me to learn to get to the bottom of this. It's like gotta take a PhD. But it's been so long since I've graduated with the zoology. Just kind of shifting in and out of here to see if I see anything that would be a good indicator of what is causing all this. And it may be that, okay, I'm going to show you. So this right here. So what that is what they're breaking down. That's the wool. These are the fragments of the fibers that when I was pulling them apart, they were just breaking super easy. And that's the fragment from that. So I can identify that. And this was this yellow creamy color that was there with it. And I believe that's what I'm seeing is all these spores. And somewhere within there is also the fungal hyphae that has the fruiting body that was letting off the, I think this is the, I want to say it's not a pollen, but it's some sort of a dust of like spores. So there's a fungal hyphae there. There's something coming down here. So I don't think I've gotten anywhere, but there may be an expert on here that's a little more advanced than I am who could say exactly what these are and tell us all what's going on with the breakdown of the wool in these beds. But do you see now what I'm saying is if we keep putting this and we keep collecting these spores more and more, because remember, I've got 25,000 pounds in huge bales that I need to somehow, I don't want to get the pelletizer, you know, which grinds it up and then makes a pellet and then you put it out on the field. For me, I just think that's a lot of input costs that if I can get all this broke down super fast this summer in the worm bin with this biology, whatever it is, it's got to be fungus. That's what I want to do. Okay, here's another one that I think is a fungal. Right there. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4 fungal spores that will germinate from that. Taking, but I think that I should see more of those. But then again, this is only one drop in the entire test tube, which I did a 5-to-1 dilution. If anybody is on here looking, that is more advanced at this than I am. Ah, nice fungal hyphae there. So it's got to be those producing this. See here? Okay, we see the septa right there on that one. This one, we can come down, we can see the septa. Just, I could get a glimpse of a septa right here, a septa here, a septa here. So this, I believe, is what is producing all of these. Obviously, it seems to be coming out of this aggregate. So I can get this aggregate over, oops, down, and over into the center a little more that we could focus up and down throughout that column and see what's going on in there. Definitely, I believe these are what is producing these spores, and I do feel like this is a beneficial fungal. And so now this is what I would want to collect in my bins for breaking down that wool. I'm going to get the wheels for my gigantic wagon today. We'll put those on and then I'm going to begin the gigantic worm bin. It's a huge hay rack sized wagon, metal sides, metal floor. I'm going to put a roof on it and we'll park it under the building for now till I get the roof done. But I'm going to put some wood chips on the bottom and then I'm going to open up one of these huge bales of wool, distribute that. Then I will move these substrate from these bins in there, which will inoculate that wool and begin that breakdown process. I'm definitely going to need one of those trommels because the amount of stuff that I'm going to be trying to get broke down, it maybe. Let me go to the 100 total magnification. We can take in a lot more viewing area that way. Then when we see something that we really want to investigate, we can zoom in on that. Just look at all this. That's definitely what I see when I'm looking with my eye. That looks like a fungal hyphae strand right there. So all I can do is try to put it right in the center. I should get better at figuring out where my center is. And then we should be able to turn and look, there it is. So I've got it semi close to the center of my. Nice. Okay, so we're seeing a little more now. Let's look for those septa. See septa. Yep. Here is a septa right here. Now see, that's not on focus, but there's another one. Okay, I gotta just zoom in and out. As this, okay, there's two septa. Right here is a real good focus on one, and here. So now we'll just keep focusing on down until we find more septa. Okay, there's good uniform. I know this is like crazy that we have to focus. There's one here, and there's one here. And so you go down each strand like that. So we would measure this. So it goes completely across the screen. And that's a 1. Super excited for what I'm seeing here. Now, if this is correct, and this is fungal hyphae doing all this, just think about how we can increase our fungal to bacterial ratio with wool. Yay! Look at all those spores. I am going to inoculate that wool pile with these, although I really don't want to. I need to get that wool stored somewhere where it's not going to get broken down where it's at. I want a very methodical catabolism that I can collect that stuff and put it on the fields. I don't want to lose it to rain or whatever. So you see these, there's a good fungal hyphae growing there. Nice wide. Okay, well, you got to see it. Here it is. I just wish that I could see where on, I mean, I guess I can't see anywhere any, okay, fruiting bodies, which is what would be producing these. Look at that one there. See that septa? Right there. Nice straight cut off edge. Like when they break off real straight. And we got a uniform diameter. We have a septa there. And this is fairly short piece. And I can't get a focus any further. There's a septa. Okay. And kind of where this branch is here, there's a septa there. I'm seeing. I'll have to go super, super slow. And then where we branch, it looks like a possible septa right here, but I am seeing one right there. 2. Okay, so definitely beneficial fungi in the bin. And now I'm figuring out that I think that what breaks that wool down the best is fungal. So you want to keep your bins full of fungal food. There were lots of leaves in this one. I put in my, so this one, I don't see those individual. Look at this one. I mean, they're there, but something is coating this one. So I'm going to guess that coating would indicate to me the age possibly of these spores, and maybe these that have this nice green band to them, maybe that's getting ready to hatch or germinate. So many questions I need to get answered. And I don't have time for all of this investigation, but it gives me the energy, to keep going. Excitement. I guess. When you've got this much information under your belt, then you can start to make like new connections. It's definitely a fungal hyphae there. I was just focusing in on, so I'm out of focus now. But I would love to sit all day long, zoom around. Look there, I might see, is that connected? I don't know if you guys can see that one or not. This may be exactly what I've been looking for. Okay, I'm gonna take it up just a hair if I can. Yes, it's this hard. Okay, 400 total magnification right now. See what we can see right there. I just think I don't think it's attached. Although it may be. It may be attached. Gosh darn it, I can't tell. Darn it. So the fungal hyphae does go on past. Darn it. So this is the fungal hyphae. It looks like there may be an attachment right there, and this goes on. So what I think is happening is, as I shook the test tube, all these got broke off. And very hard to tell that. Right there is probably the connection. One of them made it through the shaking process. I could be wrong. It could just be laying right there on top of it and not attached at all. But I think the story's kind of adding up as to fungal spores that are produced by this fungal hyphae strand, whatever it may be. Because I am seeing more fungal hyphae there. So they're happy in the bin. There's another one right here. This is very fungal dominant. I think if I were to set and measure it all, and I'm not seeing crazy amounts of bacteria, I will have another investigation going on. I got so many going on. It's crazy. I will show you what a bacterial dominant slime looks like under the microscope. Try to just plug it into the end here so you'll see the difference. This is a lot of fungal hyphae in this one. If we were to measure and count, I think we'd find that this is a fungal dominant sample. Okay, that's it. Here's another, looks like another small fragment of a beneficial fungi. Look at that. Look at the width on that thing. That's amazing. Okay, back to 100 total magnification. And then we have to stop. We have to stop. The video is going to get way too long, but isn't that nice that you could just see that right there? Oh, I wish I could just show you guys all day long. Just buy your microscope. I'm not affiliated with any microscope company, but I think they're sold out. I checked. Like all the microscopes must be in back order, that everybody's flooding the system to find out about getting into this kind of stuff. Look at that. Oh, that's almost free. We had so much fun. This could go on forever. I got another investigation going, so I will be back maybe next week with that. Time is running out on me. We're gonna stop. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Make sure you let me know that you are here and share the love. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you in the future.